people. I think we can learn so much from their lives and from what they've gone through. And I think we could all use a little guidance about this time in the world. We're in a pretty crazy place in the world right now.
Well, like I said, it's called Evening with a Storyteller. B. Elmer Hamilton Jr. hosting it, and hopefully I can bring you in a few people who can tell you pretty good stories.
Now,
if not, and you think you can't, give me a call. And let's come on down.
let's tell stories.
Yes.
I think we're just about, are we just about out of time right now, or we have a little bit more time? So, one thing we didn't talk about, and that was you're working on a new book right now.
Yes. I was a science fiction buff back in my days. I'm a Rod Serling Foon.
Oh, okay.
And I just enjoyed his type of talking, or the pictures that were on the Twilight Zone. And I'm working on a story called Trackers. And this takes place in Africa, where slaves were talking about a tomb of 8 people who came from another planet. They were in Africa and they were entombed. And there were some scientists who listened to them and kind of realized maybe these folks were telling the truth, so they took an expedition into Africa, and they did find the tomb with a traveler in it. Well, at the bottom of that mountain cave they were in, the king over his Africans told them not to touch anything in that tomb unless you're a descendant of that person who was within. Well, this became a top secret discovery, and they called it into the States, and all of a sudden it became a top secret mission to bring proof of it at all costs out, and they killed the Africans that was below the mountain, men, women, and children. And they took the head, hands, and feet of the person within. And as they were leaving, something got loose.
Uh-oh.
They're called trackers.
Ooh.
And your scent is what they come after. And if your mama and your daddy, grandkids, nieces, if they smell like you, they go too for what you done.
I'm going to have nightmares.
Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed this story I'm working on.
No, that sounds great. That sounds exciting. So, yeah, you do have quite an imagination, Elmer.
Wow.
I must say. Your grandmother would be proud. Did she live long enough to see your books?
And blessed it.
Oh.
And, well, that's why I can write 10 more books. And if Titus from Blockade, I'll write it and put it up again because of just what she liked. She asked me, well, where do you get all these characters from? You?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, from you.
That's great. How old was she when she passed on?
Oh, she was in her, I guess, her middle 80s. Fun to be around, and hope to see her again.
Yeah, you will. You will. She sounds remarkable, and thank
Well, she
goodness
was a heck of a storyteller, but then again, she had other senior mothers of the church that could tell you something interesting too. Yeah, I was just fascinated sitting with these elder people just listening. Wow.
Tell me one short little, because I don't think we have a whole bunch of time left, but one short little story that was told to you, either by your grandmother or by one of these other elderly ladies from the church.
Well, I used to have some, try to get as hard a question as I can. And I asked him, we had gays in our family, like so many other families now. Was there ever an old folk tale or something told about these folks? And, or these people? And they told me one, but this is going to take quite a few minutes to tell you about these two gays. One was called Josiah and the other one was called Naja. And they weren't like a normal people. The guy liked the guys and the girl liked the girls. And well, if I have time, I'll sit down and let me tell you an old folk tale about them. How important they was and the power even they carried.
Okay. And so this was a folk tale that your grandparents told you,
Yes.
or your grandmother told you?
Well, it was either my grandma or one of the other two, because it was just fun listening. These are very good well, they're good storytellers. But it was always different from you go to church and it's one thing, but when they tell you, it's entirely different. They tell you about Jethro, who taught Moses how to open up his imagination. Yeah, because I asked him, was there anyone greater than Moses? Well, his teacher. But then Moses was just one of 6 other teachers up under the guidance of Jethro that was showing them how to open up their imagination. So powerful he'd get, well, Moses can talk directly to God now. And this wasn't because this was from the teachings of Jethro. Well, I got time. I'll sit and explain Jethro
Okay,
to
so
you
you're
also.
you're going to. I think on your show you said you're going to be talking a little bit about your own stories that have been handed down to you, but you're also going to have your guests telling their stories.
Yes.
Okay.
Until I can find some super good storytellers. That you'll ring the phone. I want her back next week. If you can, sir, please. Okay.
Okay. Well, I hope that your phone starts ringing, and because we really do love the idea of having a new show on
I love to just take an ordinary person to come on with an ordinary story. And see if the audience that's looking in like it. And if they do, give me a call, then maybe we can bring him or her back.
Well, we want to get them here first.
Right.
Yeah, get them here first. We're going to say goodnight now. And it's been really, really great talking to you. And I look forward to seeing your show and to hearing more stories from you.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to do the things I do, and hopefully a show that will come alive.
Well, it'll be fun. It'll be fun, and so stay tuned for Evening with a Storyteller with Elmer Hamilton Jr. And I look forward to it, and I think you will too. And I want to say good night. Thank you again for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. And I'll see you again next time.